Menu narration set to 100. Subtitle scales the volume of the menu narration.
Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Today we've got a solid matchup in store in the NFC, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Detroit Lions. The kicker, Jake Bates, has this one on the tee. He'll run up and send this one away here at Ford Field. Shifts by him. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They're led out by someone who needs no introduction to these Lions. Their quarterback for 12 seasons and the franchise's most prolific passer with over 45,000 yards and nearly 300 touchdowns. It's Matthew Stafford. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
And that's how you get started and open up a game. Really well-blocked play. Picked up a nice chunk of yardage. And if you're the offensive line, that's exactly what you've talked about all week long in your meetings. Establish the line of scrimmage and take control. And they gave their running back plenty of room to rumble.
They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Stafford. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Fourth down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. Commanding the offense will be the 7th overall pick of the 2018 draft. It's Josh Allen.
I remember when he came out of Wyoming, the big question mark, could he be accurate enough to be a star in the NFL? I think it's safe to say he's put all of us in our place and put those doubts to rest. He can roll out and run it. He can bomb it over your heads. Everything in between. He is an absolute nightmare for defenses to try and prepare for. And when he's on, he's an MVP caliber player each and every time he takes the field.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Nick Bosa using that speed to get in there and break that play up. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Throwing now is Allen. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Here's Allen. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got him there complete. And he's going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. Counter play, here's Gibbs. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
3rd and 12. Another run for Gibbs here. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. As the visitors head back out, we take a look at the defensive coordinator for the home team. His guys looking to come up with a stop here in this tie game. Play action. Stafford. That's complete. It's Kyle Juszczyk. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Heck of a start. A 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage.
Well, not many teams use the fullback in the passing game. Heck, not many teams use a fullback anymore in the NFL. And even with those that do, you don't typically see a lot of big plays when the ball's thrown to him. In this case, it exceeded expectations.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. In motion, the tight end. On first down, this is McCaffrey. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it 2nd down and 11. Now Stafford. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
He was covered by Patrick Surtain.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Stafford. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Lions go back to work as you get a peek at their offensive coordinator, Drew Petzing. He is as intense and as focused as you'll find in this business, and all eyes, including his, are on what is to come in this next possession. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Allen now looks to throw. And that is incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. A 40-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
at their
San
own
Francisco's
38-yard
offense
line.
returns to the field. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. And he'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. They'll try the jet sweep. Stafford pops it forward. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
3rd and 2. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. A little juke. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far. And after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. On 4th down, Corliss Waitman on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will pin him nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Looking to put a drive together. To throw, it's Allen. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
From the 23, here's 2nd down and 2. Now Allen. Got his man, it's Deutsch. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down.
The last thing I want to do is not give Amon-Ra St. Brown his due because he is one of the most consistent receivers in the league, but he's much more than that. Tough, gritty, competitive. His 3rd straight year last year with double-digit touchdowns for his Lions.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
St. Brown motioning left. And again, it's Allen. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Here's Allen to throw it. Has it complete to Jackson Smith and Jigba. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Here's Jack Fox now.
Formation for the Lions.
There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Niners ready to go on offense for the final time of this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Just 18 seconds remain till halftime as they come up on 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, here's Stafford. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at their 48-yard line.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Throwing is Stafford. And he'll go right back to Chase. That's caught again. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 42.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone. Scott Hansen here on the 5th Floor Studios. You can't win if you can't score. That might be the message to the offenses at halftime. Both completely shut down as we are scoreless at the break. First touchdown wins, maybe even next field goal wins. Let's find out who can score the game's first points as we rejoin our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you, my friend. Well, these two offensive coordinators, they've likely been busy during the break. What can they do to generate some offense in the second half to come? So no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now back underway? Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight, maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the third quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it in a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game.
Allen off the play fake. Finds Gibbs on the check down. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be second down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Play action. Now it's Allen. That's to the tight end, Laporta. A gain of 8 there on the play. And now 1 yard to go on third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Allen from the gun on third down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Lions first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs.
And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Allen. That is caught by Laporta. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 18. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Cameron Hayward getting upfield to make the stop.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
To the air, Allen.
That is caught inside the 5. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Jackson Smith-Njigba.
A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Lions have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
Now the try here for the point after. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it was capped off by a Jackson Smith-Njigba touchdown catch.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Niners offense and Christian McCaffrey ready to go once more. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point.
Looking to put a drive together. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And able to break one one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Stafford now to throw. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. From the 50, it's Stanford. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Well, they head to the backfield, and he will not escape, and that is not going to get it done. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start things off with a give to Gibbs. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Allen. And the Niners get there and bring him down. It's Jeffrey Simmons that time who got in to record the sack.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him, but even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And San Francisco gets set to go here.
And we've seen drive after drive come up empty for them, and they've yet to dent the scoreboard, yet still right in the middle of a one-score game.
So this is where you absolutely have to forget everything that's happened in your previous drives. They don't matter right now. You just mentioned it. One-score game. This drive here can erase all of what happened previously.
Play action. Stafford. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
So pass interference the call, and that does not look to be going over too well on the defensive side.
Or on their sideline, because I believe their head coach is saying right now, hey, you've got to call that both ways.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff down to McCaffrey. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5.
Here's Stafford.
Pass complete there to Nakua.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. McCaffrey on the counter. Oh, look at that. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Now 2nd and 4.
Now Stafford.
Open man is Chase, complete.
And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 20-yard line. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. Now it's Stafford.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Ball resting on the 20. This is 2nd and 10.
Now Stafford. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Mike Evans, a 20-yard touchdown.
And the 49ers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
That ties the game at 7.
That time a 6-play drive.
And it's Mike Evans who caps it with a touchdown reception.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here comes second down at 5. Throwing, Allen. One thing that makes him so tough in these 2-minute drills, you got to take into consideration he's mobile.
And that's a big plus for him, but he also has to be careful with that mobility. Sometimes getting rid of the ball and stopping the clock is more important than running around and maybe taking a sack.
A big play looming on third down. Here's Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now on fourth down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made in my estimation.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Stafford now to throw. Going to be taken in here by McCool. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
First down, San Francisco.
Two timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. Stafford powering forward. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Here's second down and 3. Back to throw, Stafford. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his home. Got to totally command and make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
He was covered by Brian Branch.
Oh, boy, this sets up for a huge call now on 4th down, because you can try the long field goal. You could go for it, or you could punt and play for overtime. I am so glad, partner, that I don't have to make those kind of decisions. Let's see what they decide.
They're waiting now to punt as he sends this one away. And Detroit back in possession of the football. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And not a whole lot there, maybe 3 yards on first down. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the fourth quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
So the Lions now, they'll get the first crack at things here in overtime as we are back underway. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And Detroit getting set to go now. Looking to put a drive together. To throw, it's Allen. This is caught by Williams. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it second down. Allen going to throw. Finding Williams once more, complete. 7 yards there and a first down. A little dinking and dunking that they're doing. At some point, is it appropriate to maybe take a shot?
It is, if you feel good about it. But otherwise, you do what a coach told me a long time ago. Take what they give you, but make them tackle. In other words, get it to one of your guys in space. If he makes someone miss, that could turn into the big play you're looking for.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll get it out to midfield. It's an spot right in midfield at the 50. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
From midfield, here's Allen. It's complete to Williams. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd down and a yard.
Here's Allen.
Through the middle of the field. And this is a touchdown. Now it's not over yet, but they draw first blood here in this overtime.
Extra point attempt to come here. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there. Love to see his offense put together a drive and give his well the rest.
Credit the sack to the safety, Jesse Bates.
I wonder if they're wandering back to the huddle thinking to themselves, can we just hit rewind and go back a play? Definitely not the down they wanted to begin this drive by giving up a sack. But for the defense, that's exactly how they drew it up.
They need a matching touchdown here to keep their hopes alive. Here's 2nd down.
Now Stafford with his first throw of OT.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
The partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Stafford connects with Kittle underneath. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
Got the completion, but it certainly wasn't on his time frame. Hurried on that play.
Absolutely. The pressure affected him. Unable to get it further downfield.
A stop here is a game winner in overtime. Here comes 4th down.
They snap it to Stafford.
Looking deep here for Chase.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position.
The Lions offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. So it's a win here for the Lions. And this one, Charles, just too much Josh Allen.
Yeah, what struck me was how composed he was in the pocket. The numbers weren't spectacular. He had 2 touchdown passes, that's it. But he led his guys on some important drives when they needed it most, and they're going to come away with the victory.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Ford Field.